I'm Bob Ballagh. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about my family. We'll start with my father, retired Lieutenant Colonel Robert S. Ballagh. He was a Canadian immigrant, born in Canada, came to the States with his family of, I guess there were 7 siblings, and settled in Ripley, New York as a young child. He grew up and moved to the big city of Buffalo, New York. Dad loved riding horses, and so at the age of 25 or so, 23 I guess it was, he joined the National Guard in Buffalo, New York, E Troop, the 121st Cavalry. He did that so he could ride horses. I mean, that's what he did, and there's lots of pictures of him ride horses. He rose through the ranks to the rank of lieutenant, all the way up, PFC to first sergeant, and went to OCS. And his unit was activated in 1940, as were many National Guard units, and he participated in the Carolina maneuvers. It converted from horse cavalry to air defense. After Pearl Harbor, he was on the first ship that sailed from San Francisco to go to Australia with his air defense unit. So he spent his time as a battery commander in the Southwest Pacific, and then got promoted to major and as a staff officer in the 6th Army Staff as they island hopped back up towards the Philippines. Dad came home after 3 years, and he was invited after the war ended to join the regular army, which he did. He commanded an Air Defense Artillery Battalion at Fort Bliss, his last all-black battalion in the Army. And then he left there and went to Colorado Springs. And he spent the rest of his career, minus a year in Korea, building the Nike air defense system for the United States. And then after he came back from Korea, he moved to Washington, D.C., and he converted all the regular Army units to National Guard units to fulfill that mission for U.S. air defense. Dad retired from the Army at the rank of Lieutenant Colonel after 30 years of service in 1961. In 1962, he moved to Newburgh, New York, which is only 15 miles north of West Point, and they bought a farm there. And by this time, I had ridden horses all my life. He still had the horses and was training them. And after I graduated from West Point, he started a cadet riding club, which is still in existence today. And he started that club and coached it for 15 more years. But Dad served very well in a number of jobs. I had a great time as a kid moving around to various places. I think he would really like to be more remembered for his horsemanship and what he did with the cadets at West Point than he would with his military service. As you kind of go through this and you figure out what you're going to do with your life after you retire from the soldier's life, I think that's what took more importance to him. He taught them cavalry drill and all the things that he had learned, mounted cavalry drill, mounted saber drill, bought sabers for them so they could practice that. They put on demonstrations, and they rode in the Intercollegiate Horse Show Association up in the New England area and as far south as Virginia. So I think that's what he would really like to be, but he wouldn't have learned any of that had he not joined the National Guard in 1931.